are you doing today? My name is Pierre Sanders, and I am here to do another video for you. I know it's been in the past, I went a long period of time without doing videos, but this time around, I am actually going to try to do more videos more often and not have such a long span. And I thought tonight I'd like to do a video that kind of explains what K.Y.F means. If you pay attention to the beginning of the video, it has K.Y.F Productions, or if anybody knows me and I send an email or a text message, at the bottom of it says K.Y.F. And a lot of people ask me, what does K.Y.F mean? And I say, well, it means to keep your fork. And then I ask, well, what does that mean? And I'm like, well, keep your fork. The best is yet to come. And then they look at me like a fork. Why should I keep a fork? And I was first introduced to K.Y.F through a chain email that I got. And usually when I get chain emails from people, I delete them. Like it's like if you send this out to 40 people, then you won't go to hell or you won't die tomorrow. And so usually I hate those and I delete them. It's quick delete, goes to my trash. I try to spam it. So if you ever send me an email, never send me those emails. Like, you send it to 40 people if you love Jesus. Like, or you want to see, I don't like those. But one particular day was, I saw this email and it said, keep your fork. And I was like, oh, okay, this seems pretty cool. I know. I clicked on it. It's kind of scary it's going to pop up. Like, if you don't send this out to 10 people, then those 10 people are going to die tonight. And I just, why would you send those? Why would you send those messages? Anyway, I get to the story, and it's about this woman who has been diagnosed with cancer. At least this is the story I have. I know there's several versions out here, but this is the story I know. That she was diagnosed with cancer, and it was terminal. It was fatal. She was pretty much on her last days, and she was with her pastor, and she was giving all her last rites and telling the pastor what she wants, what kind of dress she wants to wear in the funeral, what kind of casket she wants, what kind of flowers, who she wants to do the prayer and the eulogy and all these things. And the pastor sits there and prays with her and reads scripture with her and all these things. And so the pastor is getting ready to go, and the woman says, wait, just hold on one second. There's one more thing. So, while I'm laying in the casket, I want you to place into my hands a Bible and a fork. And the pastor looks at him and he says, okay, I get the Bible, I don't get the fork. And it's this puzzled look when people ask me, I said, keep your fork. And people give me this look. I know this look. I've seen this look. And they're like, why would you, what's the point of a fork? And so the woman goes on to explain to the pastor, well, when she was growing up and through her adult life, one of her favorite things was going to banquets, going to a church banquet, going to some type of banquet. And whenever she went to the banquet, if it was like a really fancy banquet, after the dinner was over, the hostess would come up and start clearing the tables and start getting ready for dessert. And one of the things that the hostess would ask her or anybody, if you can think about this happened to everybody at some point, that the hostess will ask, well, do you want to keep your fork because there's dessert coming? And the woman said that when she heard of this, she knew something awesome was coming, something great was coming, because it wasn't like Jello, or it wasn't a popsicle or an apple, or it was something you need to keep your fork for. It could have been a cake. She knew that the best part of the dinner wasn't over, that there's something else coming along on the horizon, that what she had right there wasn't it. And so in her mind, it was always to remember the fork symbolized to keep your fork. Why? Because the best is yet to come. And so they're at the funeral, and the pastor, people go up and they see the fork, and they have the same puzzling look, the same puzzled look that he gave the woman, and the same puzzled look that people give me when I have to explain what keep your fork means. So, and then he does the eulogy for the woman. He tells them the story that the woman told him, and it's like, to keep your fork, for the best is yet to come. That's how she wanted to be remembered, that to keep your fork, for the best is yet to come. And so I heard this story, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And at the time, I was teaching Bible study at camp. I was doing the Christian formation program at Camp Grab It. Woo, talking about grab It people watching this video. And I was like, oh, this is perfect to talk about with my kids. And so I came up with the story. I came up with the lesson behind it, and I told the story. And what I would do is I would carry around a fork all around. And it was mainly for me to remember to keep my fork. And because I was always worried about things and always being impatient. In the trust video I did earlier, it's like I was just being impatient and had to remember that the best is yet to come. Like, this isn't it. And so as I got older, it always was a moment to be patient and wait on God, and to know that God has my back. Has my back. And so, but now I've come to this deeper understanding, which is why I've chosen to name my new venture, my new project, if you will, hopefully my new business, is to call it K.Y.F. K.Y.F. Missions. That means to keep your fork. And this relates more into the way in the past couple of years, since graduating from college, I've been looking at what has been going on in the world, from gun violence to world hunger to people walking in schools and killing people, and bombings and all these things, and war, and the same war that's been going on for however long. And I asked myself, well, what's the world going to look like? Like, where are we going? And it seems like people are just stuck in this moment. Like, this is it. This is the main course. There's nothing else better coming along. But I have realized that there is something better coming along. And for me, if people don't know me, but I devote a lot of my time and energy into uplifting and empowering young people, because I see so much potential in young people. I see so much promise, and so much that I can see that they can be the change in this world that we need. And so I put a lot of my time and my passion and my heart into them. I feed into them, because for me, they are my fork. Because they're going to be the ones that are going to make the decisions to see what the world's going to look like. And the way that we are running the world now, we're not teaching them how to love and care for one another. So for me, my fork is every young person that I come in contact with. That's why I go out and do these presentations. That's why why I spend so much time mentoring and empowering and talking to and uplifting as many young people as I can, because I believe it's my responsibility, not just my responsibility, but everyone's responsibility, to invest into the lives of our young people, because they will be the change in our world. And so when I look at them, and I always tell them every day to keep your fork, because this isn't it. What is around you isn't it. There's not just hopelessness, and there's not just hate, there's not just war, and there's just not death and dying. It's more to that. There's life, there's love, there's community. So I tell them to keep their fork, and for the best is yet to come. Just be patient. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I make these videos. That's why I go out and do these presentations. That's what I want to do with my life. I'm just waiting for that moment. I'm keeping my fork, because I know the best is yet to come. Thank you.